Okay guys, I have a lot to cover here. I hope you watch this video all the way through. This is a lot of important information. I'm going to go through a lot of charts. I'm going to show you why I believe that we're going to get a major move for Bitcoin in the next few days. I'm going to give you that exact date to pay attention to. I'm going to show you the exact price target. I'll be going in on a heavy short with Bitcoin. That is right here. I'm going to show you confluence and other charts to show me this is a point too short. I do think it's very possible we're going to get a bull trap. Remember, the CPI comes out tomorrow. Typically, every time that happens, we get a pump, and then immediately after, we get a dump. I think this could potentially be the top before a major drop down to at least 16,700. I'm going to show you confluence for that as well. Remember, you can access all these live charts on the website, pinned first comment and description. If you do sign up, you also get access to our Discord and our Twitter. Also, at the end of this video, I'll give you some key support and resistance levels that you can use. Should be relevant at least through the weekend. Guys, I'll be using BitGet to short this. I like them. I've never had any issues with their platform. If you want to sign up for BitGet, you can do 125 times leverage. My affiliate link is pinned in the first comment and description. I also have a tutorial video. This is simulated trades on BitGet so that you can, this is fake money, so you can practice doing longing. You can long and short, set a stop loss, see how much you would have made or lost. When you're comfortable using the platform, you can actually do real trades. I'll put a link up this video now if you want to check it out. So guys, let's go ahead and jump into this. So I think a lot of people are probably expecting us to push up to around 40K, and let me show you why this is the case. I think there's also a gap above us as well. But if you just do a trend line from our previous resistance, I think a lot of people are expecting us to push up to potentially, maybe 40,000, 38,700. I think a lot of people are expecting that. I don't think we're going to get above this point here, around 33,500. I'm going to show you why I believe this is the case. Guys, if you're not familiar with the M1 chart, if you've been following me, this is that same chart. I published this on March 23rd. I was telling everybody when you hit this line too short, you can see how this played out. I also said once we break this ring, I expect us to start capitulating. So I'm expecting potentially to push up. This would be the top before a drop down to 16,500. If you're shorting that with leverage, you can make a killing. So let me cover this. Let me show you why I believe this is the case. Let me go and get rid of this. So first of all, as you just saw in that published chart, this is what I told you to short at 48,500, told you to short at 43,000, told you to short at 40,000 more recently. So I believe when we push up, you have this white line as resistance and you have this red fib channel line. So if we go back, you can see how important this line has been. This goes back since the beginning of Bitcoin. You can see right here, it was support 2020, 2020 here. It was resistance. We can go further back. You can see it was support here in 2019. Back here, this is 2017. All of this support and resistance all the way back to 2015. It actually goes back since the beginning of Bitcoin. It was support back here in 2013. So you can see how strong of a support and resistance level that red line has been. So not only do you have the red line, you also have that white line. So that is enough for me to show me if we push up, that is a point too short. And again, that is around 33,500 to potentially 33,600. That is where I'm going into my heavy short. I'm going to show you, again, I believe we're going to have a major move. It's only days away. That's another chart. I'll show you that. But I would like to point out, guys, if you'll notice, a lot of people will call me Lord of the Rings. Pretty soon you can understand why they gave me that nickname. But I would like to point out, notice this fib channel line. We made contact with this ring and this fib channel line here. We made contact with this fib channel line and this ring right here. So I do believe if this plays out the way I'm expecting and we get a drop from this point, the next point, there's a lot of damn confluence down here, about 16,500. You've got your 300 weekly moving average, you have this blue ring, and you have previous resistance flipped as support. So I believe that's where we're headed. Again, contact the fib channel line in a ring, contact the fib channel line in a ring, contact the fib channel line in a ring, and you have all of this confluence here. So I do think that is where we're headed if we top out here at 30,500. And I was looking for confluence on the CME futures chart. This is the CME futures chart that shows all of our current gaps. And you can clearly see this. So our closest gap below is a pretty good gap here. This is the bottom part of this gap is 23,765. You can see right here, right? And below that, we have a gap at 18,145. You can see this gap. But I was looking for a gap below since right down here, this target I'm giving you right here, this is around 16,700, and I want to see if there was a gap down there because I didn't see any here on the daily. But if we go to the 2 hour, you can actually see there is a gap right here. Let me scroll over right here. So you can see this is that big gap between 19,000 down to 18,120. Well, you can see there's actually a gap right here. this is where right here at this is right at 16,980 up to, this is where we had a wick right here on what, December, the 11th of December. So we have a gap right down here, and that is actually in confluence with this downside target. And again, I think that could be the bottom. And if we do go lower, I have another chart showing a potential bottom on another date as well. But I do think that this is where we're headed. My bias is down. I'm sure other charts why this is the case. So that covers the M1 chart, guys. This is why just using the M1 chart alone shows me 33,588 is potentially a top. That's why we go on a heavy short there. Let's go on. So this is the chart that's showing me potentially we're going to have a major move. You want to pay attention to Monday. I think next week is when the move's going to happen. You can see this yellow flip circle, how well price has been respecting it. And it goes back. You can see, it seems like every time we hit one of these rings, we get a pivot. But you see we pushed up, found support. It was resistance, support, support. It was resistance, resistance, found support. And then you can see right here, we pushed up, it became support. We moved down this ring. So we're coming up on this next ring right now. So we could push up and then get rejected. Now this could play out a number of ways, guys. Remember, this is only daily, all right? So it could take a while. We could actually hit this ring. We could get a little pump and then ride down the ring. That is a possibility. We could actually hit this ring and move down the inside of it. You notice I'm saying down and not up. I guess anything's possible. If there was going to be a point where we actually do get a pump, it would be at this point. But again, with everything that's going on with the stock market, it just seems likely, and my bias is to the downside. That's why I'm going in a heavy short. But I do expect a major move. You can see how well price has been respecting this ring. We cross this ring, we got a pump, and then we move down it. So if it plays out the same way, we can move right down this ring, and that would be a hell of a drop. But I just want to show you why this, not only this ring, but I'll show you on this chart, you can see our current resistance and support. Right here, this fib channel line has been our resistance, and you can see this line right here is currently our support, and we're coming to the apex. And coincidentally, right? I mean, you don't know what this pattern is. This could be a parallel channel, but nobody knows when this is going to break. Well, you can clearly see this is our resistance. Let me get a little arrow tool here. So this is our resistance right here, right? So this will be resistance here. This is our support. So we're coming to an apex, and it just so happens we have this ring that we've been respecting going way back. That's a lot of confluence showing that a big move is going to take place. And again, if I put a vertical line here, the 12th is right here. So I'm expecting either we move down this ring, we cross the ring, come down it. Either way, I believe we're coming down. But I do think it is possible we could get a pump at least to that target I gave you, around 33,500, 33,600. Again, that's where I'm going on my short. So again, that's just showing you on the this is the Q1 chart. This is a published version of this chart that's published on May 28th. I'll show you how this played out. You see this red line becomes support. This was, I got a lot of, I got the Bollinger Bands and ribbons on here. But you see this line was our resistance, and this line ends up being our support. You see right here, that's our support currently. This is right at 29,938. So we're coming up on this ring and the apex. So I do believe a major move is going to happen next week. So let me just show you again, guys. So this is just an example of how rings work. This was published back on June 24, 2019. I was calling this a ring of capitulation. Just want to show you how these rings play out. You see we got a pump right up this ring. As soon as we crossed it, we had a drop. I'm expecting something like this to play out. This is the S&P. Just want to show you how price respects these rings. This is published on January 31st. Notice we just rode right down this ring as support. We just hit this ring. We could ride down this ring just like this one. This is the NASDAQ. Just let me show you how this played out. Let me zoom in a bit. And again, this is just to show you how rings work. But you can see this ring right here, this white ring, support, support. We ride right down this ring as support. It came down and hit it as support, right? So I'm just showing you how these rings play out. They can be support, they can be resistance, and they can be pivots for a move. This is my Dow Jones chart, guys. This is published on August 22nd, 2021. You notice I have this vertical line here. I was expecting when we hit this ring, either we'd move underneath it or we'd ride down it. But I knew something was going to happen when we hit this ring, seeing how price respected these rings previously. You see what happened when I hit play. We've been riding down this ring of support. So I think it's very possible pretty soon we're going to come back down and test this ring again. This is the live chart, and guys, I covered this in a previous video. I think that the Dow is headed down to this target. We have our strongest support and resistance right here. We have this ring that I expect us to continue riding down, and you have this orange fib circle we've been respecting as support and resistance. So I believe the Dow is going to bottom here, and that is going to send the price of Bitcoin down as well. So this is the chart again, this chart I created only to show potentially if things get really bad where the absolute bottom was. If you want to watch the video about this, I'll put a link up to it now. But again, this shows you where the absolute bottom will be. And I do think that bottom target would be late August, if you want to check this out. So these are the charts that are in confluence with those upside targets. And again, what I'm saying is when you have charts charted a different way and all these charts show the same upside target, that is likely to point to short. This is the C1BG chart. You can see right here, 33,096. This is the G1 chart. You can see another target right here. You can see this resistance, guys. I mean, look at this, perfect resistance. Moving right down. Every time we hit this line, we get rejected, got rejected. So this is another target, 33,150. We pushed above that. This is 33,890. I think likely 33,200, 33,500 ideal point to put in a short. This is another chart in confluence. This is the C1 chart. 33,150. This is the O1 chart. Another, and I'll give you support and resistance levels on these charts as well. But again, 33,170. You've got this line here, and you have this line here. It's double resistance, just like on the M1 chart. This is the A1 chart, another point. Each one of these vertical lines is the 12th. So I'm saying that's why it's possible if we push up. This is an ideal point to put in a short. This right here is around 33,743. So if it pushed up, I'd probably have my stop around this point. I think that's the highest we would go. But I will come back and give you support resistance levels on these charts, as well as the H1 chart. Guys, so if you do sign up to get access to my charts, I do make posts, if not daily, hourly, to show you points to get into trades. This was a chart I was talking about. We pushed above. So basically, you long the green labels, you short the red labels. But I was saying, wait till you come back down, test this as support, the C1 chart, the O1 chart, and then ride it up. That played out. And I was telling you, said right here, testing resistance on the O1 and C1. So you would short where the red labels are. So we're at resistance on the C1, we're at resistance on the O1. There's a moving average here as well. You can see how this played out. This is when we had that crazy wick that came down right to support. This is where you would have longed. If you're just scalp trading, guys, you can leave your long open and open a short on BitGet. And you can see how this played out, though. The point I told you to short right here on the O1 chart and the C1 chart, you see how much we came down. And right here, and this is the H1 chart. Again, you long the green label, you short the red label. We had the support right here, 30,112, and you can see we held support and we pushed up. And right here, I gave another point short on the A1. We came down from there. So I do keep you updated on Twitter and in Discord, showing you which charts to look at and potential points to long and short. So let me give you your current key support and resistance levels to pay attention to on some of these charts. So again, this is the C1 chart. You can see that currently this looks to be very strong resistance. So your current resistance right above, and keep in mind, guys, these are an angle, all right? So if I give you an upside target of 30,661, and this is on, right here this is the 9th, right? So out here, that is 30,500 on the 10th. So keep in mind, these are at an angle. But your resistance just above right now is 30,635. If you get above that, your next strongest resistance is going to be up here around 31,233. Your current support that is holding now is right here at 29,197. Your next support level below is right here at 29,198. And remember, guys, 33,200 to 33,600. That's where I'm going in a heavy short. And I will keep you guys updated on Twitter when I enter that short, where I set my stop loss, my entry, my take profit, and so on. Actually, my take profit is way the hell down. Let's go to this chart, guys. This is the O1 chart, just to show you how well price is respecting these lines. You can see this has been a lot of support. So you know if we drop, this is your support right here, right? So your current support right now on the O1 chart, and some people have asked, well, how do you know which chart to load up? Well, it's pretty simple. You load up a chart, and whichever chart has your closest support level, that is the one you want to have up. And if you break this support, your next support is all the way down here at, let's say, 27,800. You have another chart with a support level here. Well, pay attention to that chart. Just have the chart open with your closest support and resistance levels. You can clearly see your support to catch a bounce right here is 29,771. The current resistance above is right here at 31,348. And the top, according to my charts, 33,200 to 33,600, guys. That's where I'm going on my heavy short. This is the A1 chart. So you can see how we're price respecting this as well. Let me draw a line just to show you. This has been a lot of support and resistance, right? Right here has been a lot of support and resistance as well. And this is the next line below. Notice we found support right here. So these are your current support and resistance levels on the A1 chart. So if we push up, your next resistance level is right here at 30,955. Your next support level is 29,923, but remember, it's possible you can continue riding up this line here, which could take us, once you break above 39,955, that could send us up to the target that I'm going to potentially short. Again, this would be the highest point. I would set my stop. Again, I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter and Discord, but I would have my stop set probably around 33,680. I think that is the highest point we would go. I'll probably get rejected before, but that would be a safe stop in my opinion. So if we do drop, you can see your next support level below. If we break below 29,923, your next support level is right here, 28,942. And you can see this is your next resistance level above. You can clearly see this is another line we've been respecting. These are fib channel lines, guys. No different than a fib retracement, but at an angle. So that would be your next resistance to watch to potentially short, 32,338. If you get above that, then we're going to hit that point of going to heavy short. And if you do get access to the charts, all of the points that I'm going to be going to heavy short are not have purple labels. This is the H1 chart. Just want to show you currently. You can see your resistance above. Hold on, guys. Your current resistance right now is right here at 31,051. Your current support right now is just barely holding on, 30,165, and your next support level below is right here, 29,321. So these are your current support and resistance levels to pay attention to. And again, so I already covered Twitter. And again, if you do get access to our Discord, everybody shares their live trades. You can see how well people are doing. This is 25 times leverage, 178%, 11%, 1,035, 103, 118, 362, 234, 160, 88, 371, 144, 94, 779, 157, 220, 66, 554. It just keeps going, guys. But in here, we have a lot of different channels, but basically you can go in here and just ask people questions. People say, hey, check out this chart, and just share different information. So it's a great source of information, and you can see people's live trades, how they're doing. But guys, you can access all these live charts. Website's opticalartcrypto.com. That link will be pinned in the first comment and description. If you do want to sign up, I do have, so for $49 a month, you get access to the Bitcoin charts, altcoin charts, Discord, and Twitter. I have stocks, and for $199, I teach you my method of charting so you can create these charts for yourself. And remember, guys, if you want to use my Big affiliate link, it's also pinned in the first comment description as well. But guys, that's it. Just remember, within the next few days, I'm expecting a major move that will probably take place early next week. Remember, the CPI comes out tomorrow. I will be going in a heavy short at this point. And guys, I will keep you updated on Twitter and in Discord. Guys, that's it. Trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.